Welcome to the Toy Box, Rinde and Ellen, as usual. This is the last Toy Box before the election. The next one will be after that. We're trying to make it a little calm and quiet affair. This is a tune called Margaret Ballinger, which I've done a little new arrangement for. Margaret Ballinger puts on her hose, she powders her nose, she gets up and goes. Margaret Ballinger strikes a pose, she doesn't care if anyone knows. Margaret Ballinger lights a cigarette. She isn't tired yet. She makes another bed. Margaret Ballinger straightens her sleeve. Her shoes make no sound on the carpet. And nobody watches her leave. Margaret Ballinger closes her door. She wanted more. She carelessly drops her coat on the floor. Margaret Ballinger takes off her shoes. She's got nothing left to lose. Margaret Ballinger draws a bath. She looks at her face in a mirror. She has to laugh. Margaret Ballinger feels the warm water cover her shoulders. And as she lowers, she recalls old lovers, and the day is over. The day is over. The day is over. So this is kind of a take. I was skiing with Steve Mackey once, and we walked through this. We're in Tahoe, and walked through this casino, and Margaret Ballinger was one of the outgrowths of that experience. This is a new piece that I've just written for. It's called the Provocation Number 6. I read a provocation before, but this is called "The Ghost Walks," and featuring Ellen McLaughlin on organ and.
Ghost walks, happy to be voiceless, cheerless, merely observing. Once a great poet, he is content now to be unremembered. That was centuries ago when I was singing, he recalls. He sings only to himself now. No audience, he thinks, as the verse soars in the uncomprehending air, just this, nothing more. And it is enough, this, the endless walking, the flow of the years, nothing to him now, without wait, time, vanish, reappear, vanish again, reappear. And the world in all its vanity, its lovely innocence, its absurd longings and loves is all delight to him. Even the powerful, sick with their importance, their terrible cruelty, their terrible need of reassurance. I am something, I am something. I strike and it falls. I shout and it cringes. I eat and it disappears. I am desired, I am feared, I am loved. I. And the ghost walks on, wondering if he could be seen, if he could be heard. What would he sing to these innocent creatures in their dens, in their houses, in their palaces, in their tight shoes, stiff bodices, rituals of self-aggrandizement, tribal aggrandizement, national aggrandizement? What could they possibly hear with all this noise in their heads? I am, I will, I must, I. Centuries pass, and the ghost is no older, no wiser, not more or less of anything. Singing only for the sake of singing, walking for the sake of walking, watching for the sake of watching, thinking for the sake of thinking, weeping for the sake of weeping. What country did I belong to, he wonders. I can't remember. What culture, what tribe, what race, what gender? I can't remember. No one is here, the ghost knows. And so all are present. What was it I wore? Doublet, sari, leopard skin tunic, cocktail dress, chainmail, cowrie shells, cross of gold, payas, neck rings, iron fetters, feather boa. Oh, vanity. The ghost laughs as he walks, watches, weeps, sings. I thought we'd read a little something from one of my favorite pieces of prose. It's by Elizabeth Bishop, the poet. Right, it's a reminiscence about her friendship, her long friendship with Marianne Moore, um, which began when she, as a Vassar student, went to her librarian and asked if she had any of Marianne Moore's poetry. And not only did Miss Borden have some of her poetry, but she said that she was a friend of Marianne Moore's and said, "Would you like to meet her?" And Elizabeth Bishop, who was paralyzingly shy, said, "Yes, I would." And so the day came when Miss Borden told me that she'd heard from Miss Moore and that Miss Moore was willing to meet me in New York on a Saturday afternoon. I was to find Miss Moore seated on the bench at the right of the door leading to the reading room of the New York Public Library. I learned later that if Miss Moore really expected not to like would-be acquaintances, she arranged to meet them at the information booth at Grand Central Station, no place to sit down, and if necessary, an instant getaway was possible. I was right on time, even a bit early, but she was there before me. No matter how early one arrived, Marianne was always there first. And I saw at once, not very tall and not in the least intimidating. She was 47, an age that seemed old to me then, and her hair was mixed with white to a faint rust pink, and her rust pink eyebrows were frosted with white. I sat down, and she began to talk. She must have been one of the world's greatest talkers, entertaining, enlightening, fascinating, and memorable. Her talk, like her poetry, was quite different from anyone else's in the world. Happily ignorant of the poor Vassar girls before me who hadn't passed muster, I began to feel less nervous and even spoke some of myself. I had what may have been an inspiration, I don't know. At any rate, I attribute my great good fortune in having known Marianne as a friend in part to it. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus was making its spring visit to New York, and I asked Miss Moore, we called each other Miss for over 2 years, if she would care to go to the circus with me the Saturday after next. I didn't know that she always went to the circus, wouldn't have missed it for anything. And when she accepted, I went back to Poughkeepsie on a grimy day coach, extremely happy. I got to Madison Square Garden very early. We'd settled on the hour because we wanted to see the animals before the show began. But Marianne was there ahead of me. She was loaded down 2 blue cloth bags, one on each arm, with 2 huge brown paper bags full of something. I was given one of these. They contained, she told me, stale brown bread for the elephants because stale brown bread was one of the things they liked best to eat. I later suspected that they might like stale white bread just as much, but that Marianne had been thinking of their health. As we went in and down to the lower level where we could hear and smell the animals, she told me her preliminary plan for the circus. Her brother Warner had given her an elephant hair bracelet of which she was very fond, 2 or 3 strands of black hairs held together with gold clasps. One of the elephant hairs had fallen out and been lost. As I probably knew, elephant hairs grow only on the tops of the heads of very young elephants. In her bag, Marianne had a pair of strong nail scissors. I was to divert the adult elephants with the bread, and if we were lucky, the guards wouldn't observe her at the end of the line where the babies were, and she could take out her scissors and snip a few hairs from the baby's head to repair her bracelet. She was quite right. The elephants adored stale brown bread and started trumpeting and pushing up against each other to get it. I stayed at one end of the line, putting slices of bread into the trunks of the older elephants, and Miss Moore went rapidly down to the other end where the babies were. The large elephants were making such a to-do that a keeper did come up my way, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw Miss Moore leaning forward over the rope on tiptoe, scissors in hand. Elephant hairs are tough. I thought she would never finish her hair cutting, but she did. And triumphantly, we handed out the rest of the bread and set off to see the other animals. She opened her bag and showed me 3 or 4 coarse, grayish hairs in a piece of Kleenex.
This one is a rearrangement. It's on, I can't remember which one. I think it's on Do the Day Over on my CDs. Self-explanatory, I think, in its lyrics. It's called I'm Lost Without You. In the light from the hallway, I see your cotton dress that silently fell on the floor beside your shoe. I turn to see you asleep upon the bed. I remember a time I had nothing to lose. The ragged quilt your mother handed down is covering that old table that you bought. I open the lid on that wooden box you found. Inside is a chain and a silver heart. Now everything you love to hold seems to be feeling the same way that I do. I'm lost without you. Your long yellow scarf lies across the easy chair. Your dark winter coat is hanging by the door. I reach across to lightly stroke your hair. I can recall ever loving you more. The dog is sleeping beside the fireplace. On the tattered rug you refuse to throw away. And while you're dreaming, I memorize your face. I'll carry you through with me all through the day. Now everything you love to hold seems to be feeling the same way that I do. I'm lost without you. Now everything you love to hold seems to be feeling the same way that I do. I'm lost without you. I'm lost without you. I'm lost without you. I want to finish with a Rilke poem, and from the Book of Hours. Love poems to God, it says here.
Yeah, Joanna Macy.
Yeah, Joanna Macy is the translator here. Rilke, one of my favorite poets. I believe in all that has never yet been spoken. I want to free what waits within me, so that what no one has dared to wish for may for once spring clear without my contriving. If this is arrogant, God forgive me, but this is what I need to say. May what I do flow from me like a river, no forcing and no holding back, the way it is with children. Then in these swelling and ebbing currents, these deepening tides moving out, returning, I will sing you as no one ever has, streaming through widening channels into the open sea. Thanks for joining us again at this fateful time in our country. I call this a kind of a mind spa. And I hope it took you somewhere. We're not going to have a talk back because this technology doesn't really allow it. I hope that we're still broadcasting. I'm assuming we are. If not, we've had a wonderful time, just the two of us. And I will see you after the election. I'll be doing my toy box from Berkeley, California. I'm out there working with the Margaret Jenkins Dance Company. So hope you join us. Join me in 2 weeks. Ellen will not be out there for this one, so it'll just be me, alas. So take care.